Woo-wee! Oh, man. I tell you what, that'll really test your mettle. Hey everybody, Jeff Williams here with AskJeffWilliams.com. Yeah, I know, that's one heck of a climb, especially with all this gear on my back. All right, what are we doing today? Well, for those of you who watched my other videos, The Secret to Finding Easy Gold, where to look, this is a continuation of part 2, a proverbial part 3, if you will. Now, for the rest of y'all who haven't seen those two, go back, watch part 1, at least part 2, and that'll give you an idea of what we're doing up here and why I'm crazy enough to be lugging this equipment around on my back out here in the middle of this hot day. Okay, so anyway, for the rest of all, you know what I'm doing, right? I'm dry washing, very good. And we already got our piles of limonite out here that we sampled last time that we know has some gold in it. So we're gonna set up the old dry washer and get some gold. So here we go. Woo-wee. I'll tell you what, that'll work you. Oh man, I ain't kidding either. Do that about 5-6 hours. All right, so what are we doing now? Okay, well, we're gonna do a cleanup. About every hour or so we do cleanups to make sure that those riffles don't load up, sometimes half hour, depending on the type of material working. So we'll do a cleanup and then we'll test more piles, I should say run it, and hopefully get some gold out. We'll take it back to the house, do a final cleanup, and that's the moment of truth to see if all of this was worth it. So stay tuned. You gotta be kidding me. I'll tell you what, that'll really work you. They don't look like much, but after up and down the mountain, it'll definitely work you. Alright. Okay, so what do we got? Well, we got all of our concentrates here in this bucket. Yeah, I know, all that work for just that little bit right there. Seems kind of weird, don't it? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the old Super Sleuth Gold Pan and a number 8 screen, like I told you, classify down your cons. It'll make panning so much easier. Put him on top of there, just like that. I had one guy ask me, he said, hey Jeff, isn't it easier if you submerge that in the water? Actually it is, it washes everything off, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to dump all my concentrates in there. And we'll submerge it, because in actuality it is, but I just didn't want to get my hands and everything wet. But like I always tell you, you're going to get wet. There's some of that copper carbonate coming up. I don't know if you can see that. Alright. You're going to screen that out really well. That way if there's any gold stuck on that rock, you're getting it. Okay, and we'll put that off to the side, like such. Get our gold pan out of there, because he's buried in there somewhere. Alright. Stratify that material. Remember what I told you, especially when you're working with lots of iron. Because that gold will float right on top of that iron, believe it or not, especially the small stuff. Shake it and gently pan that out. See that? See all that iron in there? It's all rusty. Swirl that around, shake, 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 stratify. Get it to the corner of your pan. Gently just wash that out like such. Okay, I think that's down far enough. Wait. I'll tell you what. Okay, so we're going to use the sun here on my back. because gold follows the sun. So come here, take a look at this. I want you to see this. Tap that down. See all that magnetite in there? Got some hematite. Oh, look at that. See that? There's a nice piece of gold right there at the edge of my finger. So that tells me there's got to be some more gold down in there too. So I'm going to shake that down real quick for you. It's not exactly the best way to do it, but that's what we're going to do. There's that piece of gold right there. Oh, ain't that pretty? See if I can keep washing that out for you. Yeah, there's some nice pieces in there. Look at that. There's a nice flake right there too. I like that. I don't know if you can see that. Put my finger next to it. There's a flake right there. See that? Nice flake. There's a nice piece right there. There's a nice weird looking wiry piece right there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll get a little closer for you. Wow, that's nice. All right, let me see if I can tap that up for you. Little piece of lead in there too. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. There's a nice piece right there. That's a nice little flake right there. There's a weird looking piece of wiry gold right there on the edge of my fingertip. And then there's a whole bunch of fines in there. So, well, there you have it. There is gold in those old piles of limonite. I knew there was. And if you get out there, you just might get yourself some of that shiny if you work your hiney. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of part 3 of Secret to Finding Easy Gold, Where to Look. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please rate, share, and subscribe. And as always, leave me a comment. I really want to know what you guys got to say out there. Anyway, until next time, this is Jeff Williams with AskJeffWilliams.com, saying if gold is what you treasure, then a digging is your pleasure. Take care.